everyone. Thank you for tuning in. If you would please like and share our video, and please do go over and like Patti and follow Patti Negri here. Patti, you've got multiple platforms, so I'm going to let you tell everybody where to go
All
to
right.
follow you.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm on Facebook. I'm right now. I'm going to tag you. I'm going to share it on my Patti Negri Psychic Medium page if it lets me, and then my Patti Negri regular. Patti Negri Psychic Medium, the one without the slash and the one with the blue check, because there's all these other ones. So I'm going to do it right there. Let's see. Will that go? Yeah, Patti Negri Psychic Me. I'm just
Awesome.
watch now. So I'm not good at doing two things at once, but I'm working on it. Watch now. That's what I'm going to say.
So everybody, we're just going to be on here for, a little while. We're going to just discuss about some of our locations that, we went to, and I had a blast with Patti. I highly recommend anyone, if you get a chance to hang out with Patti. I better be careful what I say, Patti, because they might just start blowing up your phone and be like, "Oh, I got it on 2 pages. Very blessed to have went with Patti and had Patti chauffeur me around everywhere, and she treated me with the best. I mean, I couldn't ask for anyone better in Hollywood to have taken me around.
Thanks. I drug you everywhere. I was like, okay, here we go. Oh, we'll do a little LA traffic. That's okay. We'll get there in 17 hours. But yeah, I took you to my favorite places, my favorite haunted. So I showed you my Hollywood, and you were a perfect friend, perfect guest, perfect everything. So we had fun. We got to
I got to work out with Patti, you guys. Patti teaches a class 6-7 days a week, and I got to work out 2 days in a row with Patti. And let me tell you, she worked me out. I was feeling it.
Yeah, and right under the Hollywood sign, we do it up at the Reservoir, Hollywood Reservoir, Lake Hollywood, where all the celebs walk incognito. And she did good, and we walk around with the deer because she's used to deer, but not everybody in LA is used to deer like we are in Hollywood. But literally, we were in the shadow of the Hollywood sign where I work out every day, and you were great. Hi, Jennifer.
Yes, it was a great time. So the first place we went to, Patti, it was the Black Dahlia house.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Yes.
Just to stand out in front of there, knowing the history of the place, everything that's ever happened there. I wish, too bad we couldn't have got inside and had a tour, but someone actually lives in that house, don't they?
Yeah, somebody actually, I don't know who's living there now. Sometimes there wasn't, and they just rented them out for film things and stuff because it was for sale for a long time. But nobody was buying it. As beautiful it is, it just feels dark. I mean, it is this gorgeous designer Lloyd Wright house, but you go in and you go, ew. And you look at the outside, it's beautiful, but it's ew, it's very ominous. So it was for sale for a long, long time. And I go, it just needs a clearing and you can sell it. But I don't know what happened since then. That's been a while. So I don't know. Probably someone. I mean, how could you have a house like that and not having somebody live in it? So I'm sure they do. But you can feel it from the outside. It's like,
oh yeah. Just standing around that location, it was, yeah, you could feel it, and it was funny too because where I was located about 5 minutes from Patti, where she lived. I was at this hotel. And there were spirits in my hotel. And Patti would say, "Did you experience any of the spirits across the street?" What was that hotel that was across the street?
The Hollywood Tower. It's an old Hollywood apartment building. It might have been a hotel for a minute. I don't know. But it's got all the stars live there. Marilyn, all sorts of different stars live there at different times. It's got all the seedy history, the gangster history, the regular. Actually, the elevator in that building, Disneyland designed the Tower of Terror elevator after that hotel, after that elevator.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So if you've gone to any of the Disneys with the haunted, that elevator is designed after the Hollywood Tower. It's a beautiful apartment building in the middle of Hollywood, old, and they built a new one next to it, but it's got a lot of ghosts, some negative, but mostly good. There's actually, they call it a kissing ghost. He on one little section of the 500 or something like that. He's been known to turn the bath water on and leave roses. That's not a bad ghost.
Wow, that would have been awesome if he could have just came on over to my to my
Yes, run the bath here.
because I had the feeling that they were crossing and going
I'm
across the
sure they
street.
were. Yeah.
But anyway, you guys, the Black Dahlia house, sorry, kind of got off track there, but I wanted to tell you guys about that situation, that nice, beautiful place across the street where my hotel was. But yeah, the Black Dahlia place was amazing. I think we probably stood out there for about 20 minutes, I believe so. And
Yeah.
I can't remember the second place we went to.
I think we headed down towards the beach from then. Didn't we go to the Georgian Hotel?
Oh yes, we went to the Georgian Hotel first, and then we went to the beach area. Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Now that place was interesting. The history on it, it had the gangsters, something about they housed inmates there too. And Patty and I, of course, we're like wandering around. We get inside this place. It's a restaurant and stuff too. So we're kind of like stopping and like Patty's like, "Do you feel anything?" And I'm like, "Yeah, there's something's here." And I kind of followed Patty around because she was picking up on different things. And yeah. This whole adventure, I felt like
by the stair, it feels like if you
everywhere.
go to the Georgian Hotel, which is an old like 1930s hotel right at the beach in Santa Monica, it's painted like bright blue or something. It stands out. They call it one of the most haunted hotels there in LA. Not like the Cecil or anything, but we'll get there. I love the Black Day. But yeah, so we wandered around a bit. I felt him by the stairwell. So if you go by the stairwell, go to the restroom. Say you got to go to the restroom if you're eating there or just hanging out or getting a drink.
Now, the pier that you took me to, is that where they filmed Lost Boys?
I don't think so, because Lost Boys was mostly done up the coast, like I think Santa Cruz area. This is Santa Monica Pier. It's a beautiful pier. They filmed a million things there. They filmed all the time. From way back from the 80s, the TV Chip show used to be filmed there. Lots of movies, lots of TV. But I think Lost Boys was up the coast in Santa Cruz area, somewhere like that. I don't know
why when I see that pier and I think of that pier, I just think of the Lost Boys for some reason.
Well, there's probably vampires hanging around,
I know there was lots of seagulls.
Yeah, and seagulls.
I was really hoping they wouldn't land on me.
Yeah, it's like, it's good luck.
But after that, Patty kind of drove me through the old part of Hollywood, the new part of Hollywood,
Beverly Hills, Bel Air, Pacific Palisades.
We ate at some local hangouts too, where a lot of the celebrities hung out, and that was really interesting.
Even your hotel, the 101 Cafe, which they call it something else, but they hired all the same people.
They call it Clark.
They call it the Clark. Yes. Now that made famous in the movie Swingers, which is kind of a cult movie. What? That's from Swingers, where
really?
we ate. Yeah.
I am pretty sure, Patty, when I was sitting there by myself drinking my coffee in the morning, and I am pretty sure I've seen some celebrities, and I didn't want to stare, but I'm like, who is this guy? I know I've seen him somewhere, but I didn't want to, make it obvious.
It's a local place. It's a local place. Just so, and they have to eat too. And again, they live in the hills right there. So,
yeah. Let's see. Where did we go? We went. God, we did a lot.
Was that the Roosevelt next?
Yes, it was the Roosevelt. Yes. Now that was interesting, you guys.
Yes.
Patty's like all excited. She gets me inside this place, and we get inside there, and she's like, "This happened here," and and she's like, "You feel anything?" And of course, yeah, I feel things. And but there was a mirror. We were going up the stairs, and Patty's like, "I think this is the Marilyn
Monroe."
Yes, yeah, that mirror was like up on this. You went up the stairs, and it was on the wall. It was the actual landing. Mirror that belonged to her, and that was really cool to actually stand there. And,
I knew it was hers, but for a long time they had sent the mirror away. The people who own the hotel, it's real upscale, it's old Hollywood glamour. They did not want to, and they still really don't want to play into the haunted part of things. Like I've filmed there several times, and yeah, if you want the room that 928 Montgomery Cliff, they just don't want to play into it, so they took away the Maryland mirror. But I saw it, and I'm thinking that's the Maryland mirror. I felt it, and it
You
was
were right. You kept saying, I think that's the mirror, and yeah, you were right. But there was someone else.
Shirley
Oh,
Temple. Shirley Temple danced on those
yes,
steps.
yeah, yep, right there on the stairs.
With
Yep.
Bojangles, and I forget the name of the movie. That's her famous tap dance on the little tile stairs, Spanish tile stairs.
Mhm.
And we went out by the pool where I've seen the ghost of Marilyn drift by in this like chiffon pool cover.
Mhm.
That was pretty cool.
You could actually, well, you felt it too when we were up at the bar standing there. We were gonna order some food. We were just checking it out. Standing there, it was like you could feel the energy right there. And it could have been the man sitting right next to us, but I don't know. The energy was strong. And it was funny, you guys, because I'm like following Patti around because she's feeling, energies, and she's like, and I'm like cutting through bushes and stuff with Patti. I'm like, okay, I'm following Patti, and she's like, there's something about this window. It was a sliding door. What were you picking up right there? I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but it's like, oops, all of a sudden we're in somebody's like private little patio area. Oops. Huh?
Yep. But Patti was picking up on things. Patti went to show me this area, the ballroom.
The big ballroom. Where first Academy Awards were held.
And Patti like opens up the door a little bit, and she's peeking in, and there was a guy in there, and we're like, dang it. And I peek in there too to see, kind of get a look. And it was funny because I said, uh-oh, Patti. I said, there's a camera right above the door.
She knows.
Patty's like, hey. So after that, you guys, I see this guy watching us, and I said, Patti, I said, I'm pretty sure he's probably security's watching us.
The suit.
He was. He came right up to Patti and I. What did he say to us? He was really like, not like I'm on you guys, like I'm following you. I don't even remember what he said.
No, like, what are you guys doing? Something like that. I mean, it's an upscale hotel, so they're going to be really cool at first, as he was ready to escort us out. It's like, and then I start, because this is my favorite place in the world. I used to do a regular show there on Sundays in this club that used to be there called the Cinegrill. I've stayed in a bunch of the different rooms. I've filmed there. Best of all, I met my husband there in that big ballroom. I mean, some of my best memories of my life are in this beautiful old haunted old Hollywood hotel, which I'm all about old Hollywood. So I'm like, this guy, and I'm like, well, this, and I said, do you know where the cold spot is in the big ballroom? Oh yeah, people feel that. So, and you could tell, oh, he's kind of into that ghosty thing a little bit. We're going, oh, okay. So he's not afraid to talk about that, where most of the hotel is. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, really, he was so ready to escort us out nicely, of course. And he kept one-upping me, because I think I know a lot about the hotel. I just do. I literally I worked there so much, they made me business cards. Like if I brought in a client or something, Hollywood Roosevelt Patti card. Well, do you know, okay, the stencils on the ceiling. Do you know the story about the stencils on the ceiling? The guy who died, and they found the original stencils, and he's like, yeah. And then do you know that? Do you know that? We were going back and forth. He was good. He knew. He kept going, you don't know who you're talking about. You don't know who you're talking to. And I felt like going, well, you don't know who you're talking to. I
actually did. I kind of stepped in there, and I was like, because I kind of was getting that feeling like he just was not believing Patti. And I'm being, intuitive. I knew. I was like, this man does not believe who she is. So I kind of stepped up, and I was like, because he asked me, he goes, what brings you ladies here? I said, well, I'm from Ohio, and I'm here visiting my friend, and I'm a paranormal investigator. And I said, Patti, I said, she's been on Ghost Adventures. And I think I asked him if he knew who Ghost Adventures was, and I don't remember what he said.
I don't remember what he said.
But the wheels were turning. You could tell he was like, okay. So, and I just explained to him, Patti's been on the Travel Channel multiple times, and she's bringing me here, showing me haunted locations, and she brought me here, and then he kind of started opening up more. And the next thing you know, he's like, you guys want to go to the top of the building? Oh, wait, he took us to the mirror, because we were talking about that.
To the mirror. He confirmed it was Marilyn's mirror.
Yep. And then the top of the building. And then Johnny Grant.
The
He
roof,
went
the
on to
roof.
say,
We went on the roof, the beautiful roof.
yeah,
We've got a video. You're sitting up there with the big signs on top of
yeah.
108, I mean, a 360-degree view of Hollywood. It's beautiful. And Johnny Grant, most people don't know who he is, but Hollywood does. He was like a low-end MC host kind of Hollywood guy, but he was the mayor of Hollywood. Hollywood isn't a real city. Hollywood is part of LA. So he was, we're a pretend city because it's Hollywood. Everything's pretend. He's the pretend mayor of a pretend city. And he had apartment on the top, on the roof of this beautiful hotel. And he died there. And he used to be the guy that when everybody got their star on Hollywood Boulevard, he would present the star on Hollywood Boulevard for years and years and years. So he took us in his apartment. He took us into the bedroom where he died. No, they don't rent that.
It was a little room, and I just remember thinking, how did this man, I mean, it was small, but I mean, can't beat free. So he
Can't be
had
free.
no money,
Yeah.
he had it
Yeah.
free.
He got it free because he had owned a little building next to the hotel that they wanted that land, and he didn't want to sell it. And he was Mr. Hollywood. I live and breathe Hollywood. So he apparently jokingly said, well, if you let me give me apartment on the roof until the day I die, you could have it. And that's exactly what they did. I think we were in his room. He was his bedroom, but I think he had some of those other hall areas too. That was part of his apartment, like where the beautiful Maryland pictures were. I think he had more apartment, probably no kitchen, but he probably ate in the restaurant every night.
Well, yeah, he did. Remember, Patty and I decided to go downstairs and get a bite to eat and grab a drink. And we go downstairs, and it was the craziest thing. I kind of felt like somebody was following us. It felt like somebody did this to my hair. I kind of felt that. And I was like, well, I just kept walking. And we get into this restaurant that's connected to the hotel. And Patty's walking. I'm following Patty to a seat. We kind of were seating ourselves. And Patty walked right over to this booth. We look up and we see Johnny Grant. And I said, Patty, did you know that was here? She's like, no. And I was like, what was the odds of that?
Yeah, he was with us. He was hanging out with us. We hung out with Johnny Grant. Look him up. Old Hollywood. Johnny Grant. Definitely. Yeah, he was. He was, he like hanging out with two ladies. It was fun. He was good. So we wandered around Hollywood, but again, this guy took us to places he should not have taken us. It was great.
Oh,
we tried to go to another place. We went to the place that I used to do a show, which is like clogged out. He let us go through there. He explained where Marilyn Manson used to sit and so used to do, and this and that and all that stuff for Mandy. He tried to take us.
What was that spot? I sat exactly where
Marilyn Manson used to sit, not Marilyn Monroe, Marilyn Manson, when it was a club.
Yes, I sat down right there where he had sat, and I didn't even know. I just was like, I'm going to sit here. And I'm like, because it's the perfect spot right in front of the bar. So I just said, I'm going to sit here. And then he's like, we used to sit there.
Off. Yeah, those little curtained off things that they do in clubs in Hollywood, the little for bottle service and things. Yeah, so that was fun. He tried to take us downstairs to another club. And he would have, but HBO was in there doing something, so we couldn't.
That was like it looked like a secret passage through like what looked like a library.
Yeah, a bookcase that opens up.
It was cool. It was like some Hollywood stuff you'd see on TV. I was like, "What is this secret passage here?" He opens the door to all where these books was, and I'm like, "Oh wow, he's going to take us in here," but we couldn't because they had stuff going on. So, but. After that, we were there. We were probably there like an hour. After that, we got a bite to eat, and we ended up. I think you ended up dropping me off after that, right?
Probably. It was a long day for you and me.
It was. And the next day, we get up, work out, and get cleaned up, and the next day was really. The whole time I was there was a blast. Saturday. Patty ends up taking me to the Hollywood Cemetery. And that was awesome.
Yes.
Because we walked into the building. What was that building called?
It was one of the mausoleums where Rudolph Valentino is, a bunch of stars. Yeah. And it was, you feel it.
Yeah.
As soon as you get, it's my favorite cemetery by a billion shot.
I walk in, guys, and I instantly like felt this sharp pain go across here. And Patty's like, she's like, "What do you feel?" I said, "Oh man," I said, like, "It's real. The energy's real thick, real heavy, you know." And I said, "Patty, man, I think there's a portal right here," because it was just so strong standing there. And they had these big statues of what were the statues? I can't even.
Saints. I don't know, big monster size people.
It was awesome. And we just walked around this place. I would have loved to have investigated that place. Had so many,
Next time, got to come back. Got to come back.
It was crazy, guys. After that, Patty and we ended up going to the zoo.
The old LA Zoo, the abandoned LA Zoo with graffiti and still cages you could walk in. Yeah, it's really haunted too. A lot of paranormal groups go there. It was getting dark though. It was in the middle of Griffith Park in the dark. We haven't found a Bigfoot yet, but we do have a really nice mountain lion named P22. We have a puma.
I kept wanting this. I kept thinking, it'd be so cool if they had a Bigfoot area around here, with all these mountains and hills and yeah. There was a couple places at the zoo we didn't get to take and show you guys because, like Patty said, it got dark. It started to sprinkle a little bit. There was a haunted carousel, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ghost Adventures went there.
Oh, I think I remember that one.
Yeah, Ghost Adventures went there. I think on the episode I did, but not the part I did when I was at the American Legion. I think Zach sent Aaron or something, like they split up different groups.
Awesome. Yeah, it was a different feeling, you guys, at the zoo. I mean, I was like, this is it kind of had that little creepy vibe. And Patty's like, did you ask me if I picked up on any animal spirits? I think you did.
Yeah, probably, because I do.
Yeah.
Because that's in the olden days when they didn't know how to treat animals correctly. The cages were too little and stuff like that. So there was some unhappy and a sad place.
You could feel that vibe too.
You could feel that. And then I felt a couple places where there's happy animals. They're still hanging out there now because they like their little spot. But there's some stories there, like one polar bear who everybody loved, and polar bears mate for life. He one day ate all the other polar bears. He killed them and ate them, and the screams were heard by all the other animals. I heard that too. And that's history. You look it up. So it's scary.
Oh, wow.
Well, and a lot of Native American Indian stuff there too. That's what
I did pick up on that. I was picking up on that. And we tried to go, I tried to go up to the cave where I don't know, it might've been where they kept the bears, because it had like big holes in these like walls, like a cave. And I went up these stairs, but it didn't lead to nowhere. So I didn't take you guys all the way up. I was actually live during that. So
it was pretty cool. It's really cool. Well, next time we'll go a little earlier in the day.
Definitely. But you were also taking me to where the swings or the merry-go-round.
The merry-go-round.
We didn't get to show you guys the merry-go-round, and Patty says it's haunted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the story with that, Patty?
I don't know. I mean, the whole place, Griffith Park, is cursed. There was a woman, I don't know, somebody owned it and gave it to the family, or I don't know the story. I'm making that part up. But a woman cursed everything, cursed the land. It was D.W. Griffith Park, who's like the founder of LA, whatever, and donated the land. And some woman, I don't know, it was the love scorn, parent scorn, and she cursed all the land. So lots of stuff. And and that's also the lady in white, whatever, is seen there a lot. Also, I forget the Ella, whatever. And we were also by the sign where we worked out. We didn't go investigate, but that's where a girl, Peg Entwistle, jumped off the sign to her death. So she hangs around there, Peg Entwistle. That's harder to get to, but we can. So
it was interesting because I can honestly say I've never been to an empty zoo, let alone a haunted zoo.
A haunted where you could get into some of the cages and things, and they're all graffitied up. It's like a movie set, but it's real.
It was cool, guys. It was really cool. And plus Patty driving me everywhere. That was cool. I don't know how Patty drives around in the areas like she was. I can't drive it. There's no way. My anxiety would be like, couldn't do it.
If you're born and raised in it, you can drive in LA.
Patty was like a pro, just driving everywhere in this crazy traffic. But yeah. Anyhow, after that, we picked up Father Sebastian, I believe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right? Because we were going to Skid Row, downtown LA, and it was night now. So we thought we'd be a little bit smart. Take a nice big strong man with us.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to the Cecil.
Yeah, we went to the Cecil Hotel, and I'm like looking up at these buildings, you guys. Now, I have seen some tall buildings, but I have never in my life seen tall buildings like this. I mean, it hurt to look all the way up. It hurt my neck. These buildings went on and on and on, and I don't even think I got to see the end of it. They just went on and on and on. It was amazing. I loved it. It was something different, and it was a little scary because, you know, you're in a different environment, and it was cool though, because it was beautiful. It really was. And the energy in front of that place, I can't even tell you. It was crazy. You can just stand outside there and feel that energy. It was amazing.
And yeah, it's really the darkest, most desperate place I've ever been. I've been there I filmed the Ghost Adventures there, the 2-hour special. So I was there 2 nights with Zach. I was there with my TFIL, my YouTube guys. I was there with them like all night, all to sun up. And it just eats you. And so when you get inside, and now what's scary is they're renting it out for low income. They're taking people off the streets, which is good. But the hotel makes you want to do bad things, both to yourself and to other people. And I've tried to get in a million times, but when you're not with a production company, I actually just shot a CW show there, and they didn't even get in because it's apartments now, so you can't get in. I was just there recently with my friend Haley Michelle, a YouTuber, Paranormal Princess, couldn't get in. I've never been able to get in, but went with Mandy.
I think it was meant to be. I really do, because if looking back at the Roosevelt Hotel, how we didn't think we were going to get to walk around and see what we were seeing. And look, we met the right person, came up to us, and the same thing. The security guard that was working there, I mean, it was almost like he was meant to be there that night, because now he wasn't easy, you guys. He did not let us in right away. I mean,
oh no.
Oh, he was something. He was no pushover. And he didn't believe in the paranormal, did he, Patty?
No, until we started talking to him. And then he pulls out pictures of see-through ghost people. Then he talks about, he just said, no, the cold spots. He felt the cold spots and stuff like that walking around, being security in this 700-room, insanely darkly haunted building. So he didn't at first, but then why is he carrying around ghost pictures he took there? So he did. But yes, we found a way to maneuver ourselves in.
That was it was weird, because the man works at Cecil Hotel, and he knows the history. And this man was like, Patty's like, do you feel anything? Do you sense anything? You see anything? And then he was like, no, just some cold spots. And I'm like, there ain't no way. No way. He's probably just not. Skeptic. Yeah, he was being skeptic. But let me tell you, though, once we warmed him over and talking to him, and, you know, I said, you know, I'm from Ohio, my first time being here, you know, my friend here, she's showing me around, you know, and he kind of started turning, you know, his wheels started turning a little bit. I am grateful we did get in, because he did put himself at risk. But we got in. That's the important thing. Didn't think it was going to happen, but we got in. And it was funny, because Patty's like, I'll set my timer for 10 minutes. We will be in and out. And let me tell you how fast 10 minutes went. It did not feel like 10 minutes. It felt like 5.
It was. And really, we were closer to 15.
You think so?
But yeah, I think once we did it, yeah, we did not get out on time. But his boss really wasn't coming at that time. He just, you know, he could have probably came at that time. But we got to the you get in the place, and you got to the elevators. Yes, the 2 elevators, the Alyssa Lamb. We made sure to go in the Alyssa Lamb elevator. And just say it's a plain old I mean, where she played the elevator gate, all of that. You felt it right. At first,
oh yeah, you felt it. This place.
We went to the fort. Yeah, it just comes in on you. the 14th floor where it was at Richard Ramirez's floor and Melissa Lamb. I don't remember. And so it was, but we couldn't go in apartments, of course, because people are starting to live there.
Nobody came out though. We weren't being really loud or anything. Well, we were all excited.
Well, we were. When we were going to the roof, we were being very loud. We're like, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, loudly. We were like, not good sneaks. But then we're like, we have to get to the roof. I can't believe we were allowed to go to the roof. Even the 2 nights I was there with Travel Channel with Zach and the guys, I didn't get to go to the roof because when I was filming there, the fire marshal wasn't there, and the fire marshal had to be. I went with TFIL because I don't have a fire marshal, but he let us on the roof, on the Cecil Hotel roof, in the shadow of the water tower, and it was awesome.
Now, he told us something that some of us didn't even know about, and I didn't know this, but he said something about there was a baby that was thrown over the top. Mm-hmm. How long ago did he say that was, Patty? Was it?
That was a long time ago. That's in the old history. A woman who, I don't know how some women are supposed to know they're pregnant. I don't know. It was one of those women who, she was with her boyfriend, didn't know she was pregnant, delivered a baby, didn't know what to do. The story is written. You could look it up somewhere, but he thrown it off the roof. A brand new born baby threw it off the roof. And right when we all were looking over, that's when there was a bang on the water.
That's what I was about to say. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I won't jump in. Yeah.
I tried to go back and listen for that on the live feed, and I couldn't because there was a lot of talking, but everybody was just excited. You know what I was going to tell you too, Patty? I was going through that video and looking for any shadows, looking to see if I seen something. You never know what you might miss. And it looked like by the water tower, there was a black figure that, like a person, like almost like, I don't know, it could have been a person, one of us, I don't know, but there was only 6 of us up there and everybody was kind of around each other. But that's the thing, I won't know because I see what looked like it looked like a person, but the person looked all in black. And it looked like you see him go right by that water tank. And I was like trying to screenshot it and see if I could zoom in, and I just couldn't tell, but it looked like something went by.
It probably did. I mean, that place is just.
You were feeling something. You immediately, you started feeling something, and you said something.
The choking. I don't remember. I go into this weird trance state. Like, I don't know if I'm not in the moment or I can't see it later on tape. Like, but no, it's that place really affects me. I really do want to clear it. I want to gather every, healer, shaman, priest, rabbi, every spiritual person of every faith. I want to hold hands around the damn thing and clear it for all those poor people moving in. Because I'm so worried because that place affects people who, especially people with any kind of mental imbalance or maybe any kind of an addiction problem. And that's everybody moving in.
Yeah, you're vulnerable to, that they're going to feed off of that energy. And I do remember, Patty, what you were saying. You said, because I was right there in the live, I remember you instantly was like, okay, I'm starting to feel something's affecting me. I'm feeling it in my throat. I feel like I'm having a hard time here. Something was affecting your throat, you kept saying.
Okay.
And I can't remember much more after that. And I too was feeling it. But I'm not going to lie to you. Before we went in that building, I was feeling it. And I had said on my other live feed, I'm like, I think you asked me what I was feeling. And I was like, yeah, I'm feeling it out here. I said, I am feeling like I need to really protect myself.
Yes. You kept saying that.
I did. And when we got in there, that's all I was like. I was excited, but I was still like in my little bubble, like trying to protect myself.
Yeah, you got to.
It was a different feeling for me. I could feel the spirits. You could feel the sadness. You could feel multiple different things. But I think what really scared me was knowing a serial killer had lived there.
2 serial killers.
2? I only knew
Richard Ramirez, and then a German guy came after killing a bunch of people in Germany. Somehow he got out of jail, came here after Richard Ramirez. 2 serial killers have lived there.
See?
And they think, Richard Ramirez, killed people while he lived there and wandered around with, 2.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah. It was, that's what really got me. I was like, oh my gosh, not just the spirits, but just knowing I'm walking around where who knows, where these people were wandering off doing what they were doing. Also, Patty, we ended up trying to look for Remendez, his room where he stayed. Was we
Yes.
on the floor?
We were on the floor. We were on the floor, but no, I couldn't remember the number of the room.
Yeah.
And
but
the
then
guy didn't.
We ended up going into an empty hotel room where they said a Marine had jumped out the window.
Yes, that's right. We did win there.
Yep.
Yeah, that place does things to you.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't live there. I don't know how people are living there.
Yeah, no, in every room, like had we been in a different room, every room would have felt different. Like you're going into theme like a Disneyland. Like when I was who's reaching the next victim. One room you feel this, and one room you feel that, and one room you want to jump out the window, which I kind of did almost.
I remember in Ghost Adventures you were
Ghost Adventures. One room, a woman's raped and murdered. One room, I guess, throwing babies out. So it was weird. Every room feels like its own dark something. And even the halls, the halls is we got to get the elevator. The hall's weird. That's where I spoke backwards with TFIL. I thought I was talking and they played it backwards. I was talking backwards, which I've never done anything like that anywhere.
That's crazy. That's
because all those little drug people would hang out by the like fire escape windows and smoke and do whatever they did.
Well, it's really got to be terrifying when you're letting those type of energies get inside you, the spirits that are taking you over because you know what had happened to them or what type of person they were. And who knows, did you pick up on his spirit, Patty?
Richard Ramirez?
When you were filming there?
No, I didn't go. I didn't ever lead them to his room. I didn't do any, I didn't know. I didn't know where I was going until I got there.
Yeah.
No. And when I went with the TFIL boys, they would want to focus more on the Alyssa Lamb and all that, and which turned out to be like weird party ghost rooms. That place is so weird. Every room feels different, but still the wildest was the elevator. And you nailed that.
You guys, I don't know if you guys went back and watched that, or maybe you seen it because we were live. Patty was live. I was live. Patty, what happened? I just remember just being on the elevator, happy as could be, and somebody was talking about water drops, and I'm like, "What?"
We walked out again. What I was probably feeling when I was choking and couldn't breathe, whatever, was probably Alyssa Lamb drowning in the water tower. She was in that for 2 weeks, but nobody probably had been in there. That elevator since we were. So we get in the elevator and we look on the ground and there's water drips, like a wet person had just been in there, like Alyssa Lamb. And you notice and a footprint, half a footprint.
Yeah. It looks like 5 toes, you guys. It looks like 5 toes. And then you see like the kind of like a heel print in the back. And there's only one. Now, come on. If somebody is wet, say someone, I don't know, it's Hollywood, it's whatever. Hollywood there. Maybe somebody's getting, I don't know, maybe they got out of a pool. I don't know if the hotel has a pool. I don't know. But why would somebody get on an elevator completely wet like that and only leave 1 footprint and not 2?
Yeah.
They would have left something else. So it is, I felt like she did follow us.
I think Alyssa Lamb was in the elevator with us because we always made sure to ride her elevator.
Patty, I didn't tell you what happened to me. Now, this might not be nothing and it might be.
It might be.
I'm just going to say it. Yeah. So I woke up in the hotel I was in, and this is after that night we went to the Cecil Hotel. I woke up sometime in the middle of the night, and this might not even resonate with this, and it might, but I noticed I was like, my whole side of my face and my ear was wet. And I was like, what the hell? And I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I was laying on my back and I had woke up because I felt I was wet right here on the side, like almost like water draining out of your ear, but it was weird. Maybe I had some water that did. I don't know. But the whole thing was weird to me because the footprint, where we were, I'm a medium. Yeah. I felt like maybe she affected me.
She came to visit you. Yeah.
And she affected you by, letting you feel what happened to her,
Probably choked. So yeah, I'm sure it was her. There was so much energy, so much stuff going on. That's wild. I didn't know that.
I was gonna say
I don't think your ear would drip that much water, to make it wet. I mean, you get a little moisture in your hair, and it's not like you've
this
been
was not. It
sweating.
was all right here, and I was like, "What the?" I remember I woke up and like, "What is going on? Like, why am I all wet right there?" Yeah, I just thought it was weird, and I was going to say something to you, and I started to, and I just got sidetracked like I usually do, and who knows?
That's funny. Anyway, it was a great 2 days. We tried to show you as much as I could of LA in a short trip.
And you did. And I'm grateful for that, my friend. You were awesome. I mean,
Thanks.
now if we could just get some of the other girls to come over in Hollywood at some
Come to
point.
Hollywood. Yes. So, and people could still go watch the lives if they want. Patti Negri, Mandy, they could still go watch. Hey, that's supposed to be off. Ooh, it goes. Anyway, on that note, I guess I have to go. But
yeah,
I love you, Mandy.
So thank you, Patti, for joining me again. Patti, you want to tell everybody real quick where they can follow you again?
PattiNegri.com is my website. From there, Patti Negri Psychic Medium on Facebook, the one with the blue check, Patti.Negri on Instagram, and Patti Negri on Twitter. I have a YouTube page with lots of stuff on it. I have I'm with myparanormal.net for my podcast. I have 2 podcasts, The Witching Hour and Patti Negri's Haunted Journal. I have a school, University Magicus, and Paraflix. Get a Paraflix. Got to get Mandy on Paraflix too. The streaming service. So I'm everywhere. Bathroom walls across America.
Guys. Patti's everywhere.
Like me, follow me, come say hey, watch our videos.
Awesome, you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, Mandy. You're the best.
Welcome, Patti.
Bye.